sun is in my face.
Hi guys, it's me, Seth.
And I'm Carina. We're trying out these new little mics.
We we haven't done one of these in a little bit. Honestly, it's maybe even been like a month since we did one of these last time. But we wanted to come back and do one just because we have some stuff coming up that's fun, and we kind of wanted to start a new phase almost of our episode or our show. As some of you might know, our YouTube name is now Seth and Carina. We talked about that last time a little bit. And we're kind of looking to rebrand a little bit, not fully, but in small areas. We want to take this video just to kind of talk about something that we both struggle with, especially as both of us are introverted people who can really keep to ourselves and struggle to really kind of, uh, you know, always want to be around other people. So we end up being alone a lot, which means that we get very into our work. And sometimes that's really good. And sometimes, hi, buddy. Hi, buddy. And sometimes,
I knew
hey,
this would
boy.
happen. I
Hey,
knew this would
boy.
happen. Just
Got
let him sleep.
guys. Tyson, come here, guys. Meet Tyson. This is Karina's dog. Can you even see him?
No, they probably can't see
You
him.
probably can't see him. Um, but as introverts, we can find ourselves wanting to be alone a lot for a lot of the time. We can get really stuck in our work sometimes, guys. And so what that means is that we can be very focused because we like to be alone. But that can also mean that 1 hour can easily turn to 2 hours, can easily turn into 5 hours that you could have instead been spending with your family, your friends, your hobbies, or things that make you happy. But instead, you're kind of bottling yourself up and putting all your eggs into just working for hours and hours. And this can become a really bad habit that a lot of introverts in particular, and extroverts as well, don't realize they do.
Well, I think it comes along with like being so in your shell and having such vast internal dialogue when you're always alone and you're always in your own space and you're thinking, how can I better myself? How can I express myself? And we get so caught up, I think, in a culture that's individualistic with being the best version of yourself and producing as many projects as you can. And as creative people, we get caught up in that. And so it's just crazy to me that lately, as a 20-year-old who's on the brink of graduation, that I wake up feeling stressed. I wake up feeling like I'm in some new identity crisis every day. I don't know if that's normal. I hope it's not, but at the same time, I hope that I'm not the only one experiencing that. Um, and I'm like, well, what am I going to do for the rest of my life? Everyone seems to have it figured out. And it's to the point where like I can't focus on anything else except the next task at hand and the next achievement and the next like phase of adult life. And it's really scary. And so I feel like I am experiencing like workaholism at this point in time, and that scares me for what the future will look like. So I don't know if that's what you were getting at, but it's just something I wanted to bring up because like I said, I don't know if this is normal, and I don't know what this looks like on a generational scale. On a generational scale. I don't know if you experience that because you're not necessarily in the realm of like I'm a communication major, so there's a lot of freelancing and uh, pretty imagery and being articulate with your words. Like there's a lot of pressure on how you perform and how you come across to other people. Hi. I don't know if you feel that in the realm that you're in.
Yeah, I do. For oh my gosh.
It's okay.
So for me, of course, I'm not yet too into the communication or business field just yet. I'm a business major, but I do definitely work very hard in my personal life. And I think for me, I do understand what you mean as generational workaholism, but I also understand it in a sense of like my family has always worked hard, and so I naturally also work hard. Since I'm an introvert, I actually find that the times where I have to work are usually times when I'm alone. So I actually strive to be alone, but that also means striving to work really hard and sometimes doing things that mean you're alone. For example, I'm a landscaper, of course, right? And I work pretty long hour days. Then when I come home, usually there's a responsibility for me to do a lot of things. But I choose to do those things because I can be alone, even though it means that I have to work really hard. And sometimes when I sit back and think about it, it does kind of get to me and be like, wow, this is a lot to put on myself and a lot to put on my shoulders. You're telling me I have to work a 10-hour day, then come home and do this for an hour, then do this for another 2 hours, then this for an hour, all while trying to get 8 hours of sleep and 3 meals a day in, while trying to get my school studies done. This is a lot, you know? But to me, some days I can let it pass because I get to be at least be alone. But I don't realize that me being alone can actually cause me to become a workaholic even harder and can cause me to let go of some things that are honestly kind of toxic to my well-being when it comes to workaholism.
It's also so crazy that we are expected to do so much and have like our dream life in our hands. You know, people always give counterproductive advice like you need to prioritize rest, you need to make sure you're resting and taking days for yourself and prioritize your happiness. I mean, that sounds so cliche, but I mean, that is kind of the messaging to prioritize your happiness and your peace. But also, if your friendships fail, it means you're not putting enough effort into it and you're not prioritizing your relationships with people. If your romantic relationship fails, you're not prioritizing it and putting in the work. You need to work really hard and go to school and put your 100% into school. But if you don't, then you don't have, or if you put all of that effort into school, then you don't have the energy to work on your personal projects and build your own brand, as everybody says, and to become an influencer on whatever scale, whether that's on social media or actually having some sort of influence in person. And it's just so much. And I just never expected the feeling of that pressure. I mean, I knew it was going to be difficult to kind of transition into that real adult life, but nobody could have prepared me for waking up and feeling the weight of that all at once. Yeah, yeah. I don't have any advice. I just wanted I just wanted to know if this is normal. And I mean, we talk about this all the time, but wanting to know like how many people experience this and what the solution actually is, because at this point I don't know that there is. It's like kind of a fire hose all at once.
I wonder, like, is it a generational thing? Is it an ethnic thing? Is it a, age thing that at this age you're just supposed to be a crazy workaholic in your 20s? 'Cause there's some people I know that, yeah, they're working hard, but they're not really doing that much. But then there's other people I know that are like, they got two jobs, they're going to school and taking like 12 credits while having like a job or two, and they got kids, and it's like, what? But I wonder what the main problem is, especially at this age. I wonder if so many people feel like this is their make or break time. Because right now it's like in between that age of like 18 and like 36 is when like everything is going to happen. You're going to graduate high school, then you're going to probably graduate college. You're probably going to get your first real career job. You're probably going to have your kids, probably get married. That's all probably going to happen in that time frame. It's a long time frame, but that's a time frame where like the main things in your life are going to happen, you know? So, I wonder if people are just right now that cuz I'm 21, she's 20. I wonder if it's that we're at that beginning of that stage and we're kind of looking into it being like, wow, this is so much, and we almost force ourselves to go so crazy that when the time in our life comes that we need to be crazy again, we're ready for it.
Mm.
You know, people always say, "Oh, I'm going to be crazy right now, but then I'll get the job I want, and then I'll be happy." But ultimately, there will always be a struggle period in your life, and a period where you're going to have to really put, you know, your happiness on the back burner. Not to mean that you have to be miserable, but I definitely think that there's something to be said that, you know, maybe something happens. Oh no, I broke my leg. Now my wife has to work. Or, oh no, my wife, she can't work anymore because she's pregnant. Now I have to put in extra hours at work. Or even if you live alone, oh my gosh, I just lost my other job. Now I have to get a job where I don't make as much, but now I have to work more hours doing that. So it's like there's going to always be times, vice versa, whenever in your life. Vice versa was not the correct thing. There's always going to be times in your life where you're going to have to look life in the face and be like, all right, you got me, but I'm going to at least try my best. And trying your best sometimes is putting in 50, 60, 70 hours of work a week.
My fear is just that the grind won't stop because I always tell myself, like when I was in high school, I just can't wait to get to college. I'll get to, take a break from working so hard. Well, I don't know why I thought I would get to like work less hard in college, but I would get to shift my focus to things that I actually care about instead of like academic, forceful classes type thing. But I just ended up working extra hard. And now that I'm almost done, I'm thinking, oh, when I graduate, I'll finally be able to breathe. But that's probably not true because I have to put my all into a real job. So, yeah, that's just scary to think about that if you keep not wasting your energy, but just burning yourself out every single day, when will you actually get to rest? And do you get to rest at some point? And what does it look like to really prioritize that? And sometimes you don't realize that you are passively becoming addicted to the cycle of workaholism and the cycle of your body becoming stressed. And that's actually something I'm working through currently. So, those are our thoughts, and you can let us know what you think and if you're on a similar journey.
Yes, you can. You can let us know at the_intro_city for on our Instagram. You can also follow us on TikTok. You can actually comment and like and turn on the bell for notifications. And if you want, you can also send this to a couple of your friends, ask them their opinions, see if they're also workaholics. But anyway, I'm Seth.
And I'm Carina. Thanks for being here.
Thank you for watching, guys. Bye bye. And so we get really stuck in our work
You
sometimes.
got your bracelet.
Ah!